Very good morning, all, and welcome to the third episode of Career Launchpad Workshop Series. To begin with, I would like to cordially invite Professor Lasit Gunawardana to welcome you all and to address the gathering. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, okay. Good morning, everyone. So thank you for joining. And we are about to start day 3. And without taking much time, I think I'll hand over back to Nirosha to introduce our speakers today from industry, comprising of. So today's track is basically mainly focusing. We start off by introducing. I mean, this is the first special track sessions. We are going to focus a little bit on the BA track, and then we end up with contributions from QA as well, and we'll be continuing with this progressing on these segments as we go on these sessions. So over to you, Nirosha, to introduce our speakers who have spent their valuable time to join us with us today and to share their expertise, both from industry perspectives as well as from the alumni perspectives and as industry members, but then as who have progressed in their careers, starting from like all of you are as students of the department. Over to you, Nirosha. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. It's time to get to know our guest speakers. So we have 4 resourceful personalities from the industry. As the keynote speaker of today's episode, Mr. Shujan Sundaralingam, the product owner of Coin Heaven, and also we have 3 proud alumni of the Department of Information Technology, Miss Milani Senara, Miss Piyumal Herath, and Miss Pramodini Jayakodi. So Mr. Sujan Sundarlingam will be our first speaker for today's session, the product owner of the coinheaven.com. If I briefly mention about his experience, he was a product owner at PicMe, and he's a guest lecturer at University of Colombo. And also he's a product management consultant who mentors startups. And he's a person who excelled at software product management, blockchain, business analysis, user experience design, and many more areas in relation to technology, business analysis, and also product management. So, Mr. Sujan, I warmly welcome you, and I'd like to hand over the session to you now.
Okay, thanks a lot, Nirosha. A very good morning, everyone. Can one person confirms my audio and all?
Yes, you are audible, Mr. Sujan.
Okay, fine. Okay. Hope you all can see my screen as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Yeah. So my name is Sujan. As Nirosha has given me a brief introduction. So I'm currently working as a product owner at CoinHeaven. It's a German startup. It's more into blockchain, and we are a crypto exchange organization. So we are building a product where you can trade cryptocurrencies. So I'm working as product owner for mobile applications. So that's my expertise, and I'm leading a Scrum team of 6 members. And before proceeding ahead, I would like to go for a disclaimer. During this session, I'll be talking about lots of areas, lots of professions, lots of organizations as well, I would quoting. So I'm not here to promote any industry or sector or companies or anything as such. It's just an experience sharing session along with some information which would be useful for you guys in your future career as well. So it's all about your journey. So it's your decisions. We are here only to guide you all. So in this session, I'll brief about myself, then about the industry and the opportunities out there locally and globally. And also, as a BA professional, what are the skills, certifications, pathways out there, and how to become a successful product owner or product manager. And also, at the end, I would try to cover certain key aspects about building an online profile, especially in LinkedIn, and how to build your own brand. So these are the topics I'll be covering. So throughout the session, if you all have any doubts or questions, you all can drop a message in the chat, or you can interrupt and like you can ask a question on the go, so you don't need to wait till the end. Okay. So this is about myself. I recently graduated from University of Sri Jawadanapura as a MBA graduate, specialized in information systems, and I did my bachelor's. It's also similar to your degree, like information systems. So back then we had it as ICT, but now it's renamed as information systems. So I got my 4-year degree from UCSC, and earlier during the university, when I was at the University of Colombo, so I did a couple of internships. One I did at an NGO called Diksha. It's in north part of India, called Chandigarh city. So in Chandigarh, I did this internship, and it's basically an analyst and a writer, kind of market research kind of a role. Even I had done a couple of workshops in India, in colleges, and also in rural schools near India-Pakistan border and all. It was a short internship, and then I did a proper internship at LSEC Technology. Back then, it was known as Millennium IT. So there, I worked as BA intern in the post-trade department. Then when I started career, I joined Tech One Global. So I worked as a BA. Then I worked in Maldives as associate project manager for a couple of years. And then as a senior BA, I worked in Direct FN Mubasher for a short time period. And till last year, mid, I was working at Picme as a product owner for mobile and web application. So I worked at Picme for like 3 years, and I was in charge of driver application. So not the customer application or passenger application which you all are using, the app used by drivers. So yeah, that product, I was the lead. So I was leading a team of around 70 to 18 members back then. So I was working at Picme for 3 years till mid of last year, and end of last year, I joined Coin Heaven as a product owner for mobile apps. Still, we are at the early stage of product development. And also, I'm in the part time. I'm also working as a chief product officer for another startup. It's a part time basis called Non-Fun Events. So I'm working with another blockchain company as well. It's a part time basis. I'm helping them out on the product management side. So this is my overall profile. So it's a mix of an experience. I have worked across different industries, different domains, and now, yes, I'm happy to work in blockchain space. Yeah. So first, I'll quickly touch upon business analysis, since there are 2 other speakers who would be covering this area. I won't be going in detail, but I'll quickly cover in a high level. So business analysis, it's a profession because there's a professional body called IIBA, which is there globally, and there's a guidebook as well, BIBOC guidebook also there. So these things you guys should know when you attend an interview like this. In my career, I have interviewed more than 50 BS interns, freshers, experienced people, but even some people don't know what BIBOC is, or some of them don't know there is a professional body called IIBA existing. So it's always good to know about what is the professional body of any profession, and also are there any guidebooks or any so-called books, recommended books out there to guide. So you all are at the very first stage of your career, right? So you all are in the stage 1, follower stage. So this stage is one of the challenging stages as well, because you guys are getting out of the college, graduating, not fully aware of your skill sets, what you all are excel at, what you all are capable of, and what things you all can actually do. And about the industry also, you all have very limited knowledge. And it's okay, because every one of us have passed this stage, and after working in the industry for some time, yes, we would know how this entire industry operates. But till then, yes, it's going to be challenging in order to figure it out. So you're in stage 1, and after some time, maybe after a couple of years, you would understand how to become a collaborator. So the first stage is basically follower stage. Stage 2 is you learn how to cooperate well with others. You support workplace efficiency and help the team as well, and so on and so forth. Finally, you end up as a leader of the organization. So at the moment, we are going to focus on the stage 1, where you guys are going to step into the industry. So as per IIBA, which is the professional body for business analysts, there are 6 knowledge areas. So as a fresher or an intern, you all don't need to have much idea about it. But if you all have an idea, then in the interviews, you all are going to get selected for sure. So in the knowledge areas, you all can see business analysis, planning, and monitoring is there, elicitation and collaboration is there, and also requirements lifecycle management. So earlier it was known as requirements gathering and eliciting, but now it's not just gathering and eliciting, it's beyond that. You have to manage the entire life cycle till it goes to the production, from the point where requirement is gathered, gets developed, then goes to the production, and if there are any changes, it goes on few iterations. So you'll have to manage the entire life cycle. It's not just like once you get the requirements, you go to the developer, you get it developed, and you deliver it to the client. That's all. It's not like that anymore. You have to manage the entire life cycle of the requirements. And the other critical part in the knowledge area is strategy analysis. So earlier, this one wasn't included for the BA professionals, but in the last update only, they included strategy analysis. It's a crucial aspect because nowadays from the BAs also this is expected, because some organizations, BAs run a big show. They run the product from end to end in some organizations and for some products. So in that case, they also need to have long-term thinking. In a strategic point of view, they have to think how the business is going to benefit, not just customer value and all, but also beyond that, how business is going to get benefited, how this entire solution is going to help to grow the product or company or the user base. So they also need to have strategic point of thinking. So that's why it is included. And once again, requirements analysis and design definition is there, and solution evaluation is there. So solution evaluation also, the 6th area also added recently. It is to emphasize technology-based understanding of BS. So if especially if you are working in a tech company, you need to have some sort of understanding about the technical solution as well, not just requirements, but also to have some sort of idea. So I would recommend you guys to read about it, at least to a certain extent. If you all know about these 6 knowledge areas, you all can perform well in your interviews as well. But for interns and freshers, we actually don't expect these kind of things. But for experienced people, when I interview, I definitely ask questions on this. Yes, and also you all can see the underlying competencies you all need to have as a BA: communication skills, interaction skills, analytical thinking and problem solving, business knowledge, and also tools and technologies. And there are plenty of techniques also used by different BA professionals in the industry. And nowadays, the industry has evolved. So from a typical BA, this is not actually suited not only for BAs, but also for all other professions. We are expecting this. So it's, even though this slide says T-shaped BA, but this also matches other roles as well, maybe PM, QA, developer, it could be anything. What we expect is T-shaped skilled person. So in one area, that person should be the specialist. So that person excels in one area. So if it's a BA, you can see the blue color boxes saying planning and monitoring. requirements elicitation, requirements management, enterprise analysis, needs assessment, requirements analysis, requirements communication, solution validation. So likewise, there are 8 key areas a BA should have high level of proficiency. But in addition to that, BAs also need to have good understanding about other related areas. It could be as a person, from an emotional point of view, or else as a professional, the skills wise. For example, emotional intelligence is one of the critical skill a BA should possess. Uh, Interpersonal management, product lifecycle management. So these things are expected from BA, and BAs should have some sort of idea and understanding on how to properly do their job on a daily basis. So yes, they can survive with having the specialized skills, but also if they have other knowledge areas also, then they can excel way better than this. Especially facilitation and negotiation is one of the crucial role. So these kind of sub areas are nowadays expected from BAs, but also this T-shaped concept has come to the entire industry locally and globally, where a professional is expected to have understanding and knowledge about multiple domains or multiple areas, apart from his or her specialization. As I told you, this session is going to be not just information sharing, but also my experience sharing. So in my career during last 8+ years, how I worked is, I'm a hard worker. So I do believe this hard work has brought me up to the place where I am now. So that extra mile matters a lot. So when I started the career, every day I wake up at early morning. I'm a morning person, so I wake up at early morning around 6 a.m. and I work at least 1 to 2 hours before going to the office. So office was back then, it was close by to my place. So at least I work 1 hour and then only I get ready. And also I do little work during Saturday morning or Saturday night, if I'm free and all. And also Sunday night, I try to get ready for the next week, because from my first job onwards, I had I have been getting like lots of responsibilities, because since Tech One onwards, Tech One Global is the first place I worked as a BA, but there also I led some projects, and then when I became associate PM, I had to lead the projects individually on my own. So from my first job onwards, I have been leading projects and teams, so that I had to put this extra effort or extra mile in order to get ready. So Sunday night, I try to get prepared for the next week. For example, if it's a new sprint or some client meetings on Monday, I try to do some little bit of homework. I don't work 8 hours or 10 hours during weekends, but a little effort on a regular basis. So that's why I have mentioned continuous extra effort would take you all to the places which you all can't even imagine. And as a BA, do some in-depth research about the domain of the client or the project. So back then, we have done lots of projects with Dialogue. We did around 4 projects, which I involved with Mobitel. I did 1 project. SLT, we had 3 projects. Then Lion Brewery, Mass Holdings, Linea Aqua, Mass Holdings, Capital, and all. So I was working in variety of industries with very big clients. So in that case, I wanted to understand what they are doing and all, not just the requirements these clients give it to us. I want to make an extra effort so that I understand why they wanted a feature and how it's going to benefit them. So in that case, I used to do lots of in-depth research about the domain of the client. If it's a telco client, I would research about it. If it's an apparel client or manufacturing client, I would try to understand not just the requirements, but beyond that, and become the market specialist. So as a BA, the expectation in the team or in the organization you are working is basically BAs should be the market specialist. There can't be anyone else. They should know the domain, they should know the industry, they should know the project in and out. Simple as that. And from day one onwards till now, I have this habit upskilling every year. So every year I try to do something, like learn something. So learn something in the sense, don't think like big courses like SIMA, SIM and all, but even you all can learn simple courses on a new topic. In LinkedIn Learning, there are plenty of videos, plenty of courses. And also there are some other platforms like Udemy, there are edX is there, uh, Khan Academy is there. Likewise, there are tons of online learning platforms for you all to learn a course. So try to upskill every year. And maybe even you all can do some certifications on Agile and Scrum as well. So this extra mile, trust me, this extra mile can get you to the very top if you all are going to make that effort in a genuine manner. And it should be continuous as well. You can't stop in between. Okay, in the first job, maybe you work for a few years, and then next job you all got a very high pay and very good position and a good project. If you stop your effort, then you're going to stagnate in that place. You're not going to move further from there. Okay. Yeah. In Sri Lanka, in the industry locally, these are the 4 main tracks we have for a BA. So as a BA, if you want to continue that, you can be enterprise BA, lead BA, and all. Then you would become the BA manager, BA practice manager, or head of BAs, and then you can become a C-level executive. It could be a chief product officer or a chief operating officer. Likewise, you can end up through that path. That's the normal path we have. And now within last 10 years, product management has got lots of prominence as well. So now BAs can go through the product track as well. So now in Sri Lanka, lots of companies are having product owner, product manager roles as well. So you can start as a BA, and then when you come to the product management track, you can become a product owner, then product manager and product head. And nowadays organizations have a chief product officer, even vice president for products also. They are in Silicon Valley organizations. So that track is nowadays available in Sri Lanka as well. And back then, when we started our career, the main track we know is project management. So as a BA, we start, and after lead BA, we were planning to move to project management track and become a project manager or senior project manager likewise. But now that, still now that track is also available, but the priority and importance is getting reduced little by little because product management has taken over it. But still, if you want to become a project manager, yes, you can. That's the third track here. So you can become a project manager, then program manager or an account manager, then head of PMO. PMO means project management office. So you can become head of projects or vice president for projects. So that's the third track. And fourth track is basically available in most of these ERP, supply chain, CRM organizations. They do have this fourth track. So as a BA, you start there, you become a consultant, then you become, first you become a consultant for a module. So if you say SAP ERP, there is a module called MM. So that materials module, you would become the consultant. Of finance module, SAP finance, okay, finance module, you become a consultant. After some time, you would become a senior consultant, and not just one module, you would know about 2 or 3 modules. So you become kind of a domain consultant, then principal consultant, and so on and so forth. So these are the 4 main tracks we have in Sri Lanka, but it doesn't mean that there aren't any other tracks. From BA path, you can connect that experience to anywhere. I know some of my friends who work as BAs during their internship. Soon after the the fourth year completion, when they went to the industry as freshers, they joined as developers. So they did BA internships and joined developers. So from BA path, you can connect that dot to any area if you have passion to go on. But these are the prominent tracks we have in Sri Lanka as of now. Okay. But are these the only pathways available for a BA? No. Globally, as per IIBA, there are tons of other tracks. For example, you all can see there is business intelligence track. Also, business data analytics also getting prominent in overseas countries. Even from BA, you can become ML engineer, machine learning or AI engineer. So that track is also there. In addition, there is also this cloud or SaaS application management track is also there, where you can become a SaaS architect as well. And also we have agile specific roles, for example, Scrum Master, product owner, or agile coach. Nowadays, there's a new position getting created in the organization. It's a senior level position, becoming an agile coach to guide the entire organization towards agile, all the projects. So agile coach is also, there's a new position coming in. And customer experience also there. So customer experience starting from quality assurance, CX analyst. At PICME, we had a specific role called CX analyst, customer experience analyst. So that role wasn't there in any other organizations in the country, but we created it for a specific purpose to understand customers' experience and fine tune it. So that role is more towards data science, product development, and also related to the customer engagement. And even you all can move towards design thinking as well, which is once again UI UX side, user experience side, becoming a business architect or strategist as well. And in some larger organizations like Virtusa and all, they have separate process teams. So internally, they have defined processes. So Virtusa is a CMMI level 5 certified organization. So they have every process defined in a rigid manner. So for those processes, in order to manage those processes, they have separate teams. So even from a BA professional, starting from a BA profession, you can end up as a business process management architect as well. So these are different career pathways available for a BA globally. Because in Sri Lanka, some of the tracks are not very clear, or we don't have many vacancies in the industry, but overseas, yes, we have plenty of vacancies. For example, ML and AI, there are tons of vacancies outside Sri Lanka for a BA. Okay, so now we'll discuss what are the opportunities out there for information systems discipline graduate students like y'all. So in the industry, we have, yes, business analyst, business system analyst. Business system analyst is the designation given to the BS in IFS. Technical BA, organizations like Info and all, they do even Brandix I3, which is now known as Fortitude. They also have this technical BA role. Technical writer role has been there in plenty of organizations like Creative Software has technical writer role, and some other organizations as well. Product owner, product manager roles. At PICME, we had a product owner, product manager role, and still we have a big team of product owners and product managers. And technical product manager roles are there once again in some of these ERP companies do have, for example, Fortitude, Info, they do have technical product manager roles. Product analyst roles are there in some small scaled organizations. And also we do have QA analysts testers, test process, automation engineers. So these are QA, quality assurance side. These opportunities are there, and most of the organizations do have QA roles within their teams. And apart from that, we also do have in the industry ERP consultancy. For example, these are the 5 main ERPs in Sri Lanka: SAP, Info, Oracle, IFS, Microsoft Dynamics. So for these consultancy roles are there. So ERP consultancy has 2 separate parts in Sri Lanka. One is functional consultant and the other one is technical consultant. Functional consultant is more towards a business oriented consultant who would interact a lot with the client and gather the requirements and pass it to the dev team or technical consultant to do the configurations and all. Technical consultant is more towards dev side, where they would go gather requirements and they would configure those things. So these roles are there in Attune is one of the leading SAP implementation partners in Sri Lanka. Then we have John Kill's IT. Earlier they had a subunit called SGIT, but now it's combined and together it's known as SGIT. And IFS, Microsoft Dynamics, and all. There are tons of other players who are acting as implementation partners. And also there's something else called MIS executives. So these are the roles in apparel industry or manufacturing industry. For example, Mass Holdings, Brandix, they do have MIS executives to run their internal systems. So they have all the systems in place in order to do some minor changes or run their systems or do some improvements, gather requirements from the stakeholders and do improvements with the help of the developers. So it's basically kind of a maintenance and support kind of role, but this is also there in some plants of Mars and Brandix. They have it as business analyst executive and also information system executive. Likewise, they have some variants of BA role. And also CRM consultancy also there. In Sri Lanka, there's a popular CRM called Orange CRM. So they do have consultancy for that. So they also have BS for that product as well. Supply chain consultants, technical consultants. So as I mentioned, these are module-wise consultants which are they are in the industry. Then once again, as I told you, this project manager roles are there in the industry. So project management has been the like previous track path for BS. So after becoming a lead BA or a BA manager, after one point people do move to project manager, but not anymore. Now even freshers are getting hired as project managers. So many organizations, almost all the organizations have this project manager role, or as some organizations they hire freshers as associate PM. And in ICTA, governing body of IT industry in Sri Lanka. So ICTA has project coordinator roles to kickstart project related career. It could be from IT discipline or even non-IT discipline. People also join as project coordinators at ICTA, ICTA. Scrum Master role is there. Even in Sri Lanka nowadays, Scrum Master role is getting a bit streamlined, but in overseas countries, they do hire dedicated roles as Scrum Master. You all can search in LinkedIn. In the advertisement and designation itself goes as Scrum Master. But in Sri Lanka, either tech lead or BA or a QA person plays the Scrum Master role in a team. Agile coach is there, as I mentioned before. Process owner role is there, CMMI processes and all. And also the core part is all about development, software engineers. We have front-end tech engineers, back-end technologies, full stack engineers also we have. So these are the main tracks we have in the industry for information systems undergrad. So don't think y'all can't become developers or something like that, because in my batch, almost 1/3 of them joined as software engineers after graduating. So as I mentioned, I'm also coming from similar background like y'all, but only thing is I did the degree in Columbia University. Y'all have done the same in Japura, but still, if y'all have technical competencies and all, still y'all can become good developers. And apart from that, we have different other roles, UI UX designers who are very creative, who can design well, they can become designers. So in my team, I have two designers at CoinHaven. Both of them are from Central European countries. And also data analysis role is also getting prominent. Back then at PicMe, we had almost 3 different teams to focus on data side. So one is to develop pipelines and structure the data bases and all. So it's kind of a dev oriented data analysis team was there. Then we had a separate team just focusing on business intelligence. So they analyze the data related to the operations and business. And also we have a CX team where they would analyze both customer related data or the end user related data. And for the product point of view, all the data we gather, so they would analyze. So we had almost like 3 different teams working on data sets. So data analysis is another one of the prominent areas BAs can look into. Then pre-sales engineer roles are there, network engineering is there, technical support is there, and also even BAs can become digital marketing executives as well. So these are the prominent roles uh, for information systems undergrad students out there in Sri Lanka. So this is one of my favorite quotes by Warren Buffett. The best investment you can make is the investment in yourself. So the more you learn, the more you earn. So for BS, it suits a lot, but not just BS, but QAs, developers, anyone, this suits a lot. More and more you learn at the early days of your career, you can succeed a lot at the latter part. Okay. Before moving into this slide, do you all have any questions or any doubts or anything?
Excuse me, Mr. Tushar.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, so for me, my question is like, as starting off with a BA intern, as a BA intern, to identify like what can we do to identify the career path that would fit you the best, and what can we do to excel on that from the beginning? I mean, like starting off as an intern, and how to identify what is the most suitable path for us.
Okay. So you're saying like you are joining as an intern,
Yeah.
and from there, how you want to move ahead? Yeah. So in my point of view, back then when I joined as an intern 8+ years back, that time the only path we had was BA track, and that also took 4 years. After that, it's kind of a dead end. So I did my internship at Millennium IT. Now it's called as London Stock Exchange Technologies. So back then, there also we found out the seniors were getting stagnated at business consultant level. So after that, most of the people take 2 tracks. Many of them took the PM track. So after becoming business consultant, they took project management track and became project managers, senior project managers, program managers, and all. So when I was going through the internship and after internship also after joining the industry, first 2-3 years I was under impression and had an idea of becoming a project manager. But later on, product management concept started booming, and I understood that it has more scope and potential, and more importantly, I do enjoy product management. So then I pivoted my career path towards that. So during first 2-3 years, idea was to go through the path of project management track, but later on I changed it. So during the internship, if you all can observe what this organization is all about, what's this project, and when you all discuss with your friends who are working in other organizations as BAs, so they also would tell you how that career path in their organization. So in that case, you would get to understand, okay, whether this one you would enjoy or not. And from that, you can decide. In Sri Lanka, these are the 3 tracks we have. Either you can continue in the BA track, but at one point you might get stuck because after becoming BA manager or head of BA, moving to the C level is not easy. Or else maybe for a few years you work as BA, then you become a product manager or a project manager. It depends on your interest and skill set. For example, if you're a creative person, I would recommend you to stay in the BA track and become a product manager. If you excel more in managing the project and managing the people than solution defining part. Solution defining means basically requirement gathering, eliciting, documenting, and those things you are not interested in much, but you are interested in talking to others, managing the team and all, then I would like to recommend you to become a project manager. If you're more into customer experience side, product building, product development and all, product manager. So it depends on your passion and core skill set. Did I answer your question or still confused?
Yeah, you answered. Thank you.
So in your perspective, what's your core competency? What do you think is your core competencies?
Yeah, for me, for now, actually, I'm not quite sure, or clear,
Okay.
since we are not gone into internship at least now. So,
Okay.
yeah.
That's okay. Don't worry. You will figure it out. Yeah, but have an understanding that these are the tracks available. Yeah.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Sure. Okay, I'll move to the next one. Tech opportunities, local and global. Sri Lanka's 4th largest export revenue earner at the moment is basically the ICT services export industry, and Sri Lanka has 300 plus local companies. And in this graph, you all can see around 59.67% as of 2026. Almost 60% of the GDP comes from services sector, and out of that also, ICT services contributes a lot in Sri Lanka's export revenue. And as per Slascom 2021 survey, you all can see business analysis is one of the top 5 technology professionals currently in employment. And also software, yes, obviously software engineering is leading, then system and network engineering is there, client support is also there, and QA is also there. So these are the 5 technology professionals currently employed in the country. And in another couple of years, which means like until 2023, these are the other areas where top 5 technology professionals to be employed within. Scrum Master, project management, cybersecurity is grooming a lot, and UI UX engineering as well. So I'll share this link for this survey. Just have a look and see. It would be very useful for you all. And top skills employees seek from new graduate hires. You all can see the first one, analytical and problem solving. It could be any role. It could be BA, QA, PM, product owner, software engineer. It doesn't matter. 84% of the companies in Sri Lanka do believe. So this survey was conducted among 100 organizations, if I remember, 50 or 100. So out of them, 84% of them believe that problem solving skill set is required. Then acquire to new knowledge, communication skills, conceptual knowledge are mandatory. And BA opportunities globally, you all can see there are tons of opportunities available out there. So many of my friends and people in my circle have gone to Middle East region, Singapore, Sweden, Australia. But if you have a STEM degree from technology, science, technology, engineering, or mathematics discipline, that's called STEM. So if you have a bachelor's or master's from a STEM discipline, then and if you have 4 to 5 years of BA experience, you can easily find a job in one of these countries. And also, I do recommend if you all to have a master's, most probably MBA or some professional qualifications, CMA, CSP, or CSM, if to become a BA outside Sri Lanka. And most popular industries out there for BAs when moving outside is finance, capital markets, e-commerce, healthcare, and travel. And ERP are some of the industries people from my circle have gone to. So if you want to become a BA, yes, there are tons of career sites. You all can explore one of these sites and find opportunities out there. Okay, next one is how to become a successful product lead or product owner, product manager. So product manager is simply like jack of all trades. So product management is something like this one. So you have everything tested. So understanding user needs, you have to monitor the market, develop competitor analysis. You have to define the product vision and roadmap for the product, prioritize the features, capabilities, and also creating a shared brain across teams in order to make the decisions. So product manager is simply the person who is in charge of the product throughout. And product owner, product manager responsibilities almost similar, but there are some differences, but it has overlapping as well. So it in some organizations as a product owner, even if you get a designation, you would play the product manager roles and responsibilities as well. So these are some of the roles and responsibilities of a product manager and product owner. For the time being, you all don't need to have much idea, but have an understanding these are two different roles, but with almost similar responsibilities. And in my perspective, like personally, how I have succeeded in this product role is always I do manage these three things. Always when thinking, I'm a kind of a tech savvy person, even though I don't have dev background, but still I do help architects and tech leads to create the technical solution as well. So from a brain, I think like an engineer, but from the heart, I always go for the design with having user empathy. And while talking and resolving issues, yes, I would act like a diplomat. So back then at PickMe, only 33% of the requirements are given directly to me from C-suite or operations teams. Remaining 66% of them, I do talk to driver partners directly. And I do my own research. I do check Uber, Lyft from USA, Gojek, Grab from ASEAN market, and all the other players across Ola and Didi from China, Delivery Hero, Uber Eats. Likewise, we do check all the big players in the market. So that's how we come up with the roadmap in order to cover up remaining 66%. And also we do have other 1% for other requirements from government and all. So in order to build a great product, you always have to think from the user's point of view, why they think what they think. Then the problem solving becomes so easy. And these are some of the experience sharing ones. So at PickMe, we call like some features are vitamins, some features are painkillers. So if a feature is going to add more value, then it's a vitamin. But if the feature is going to reduce some pain faced by the driver partners or the customers, we call it as a painkiller. So for example, back then we had a very annoying tone in our Pick Me Drive app. May I know how many of you all have heard the ringtone before and now? Anyone? So back then we had a very annoying tone in the Drive app when the trip request comes in. So then we wanted to change that tone, but we couldn't change it instantly. It took 3+ months for us to test. So I've been testing this ringtone, like around 35 different tracks we selected and tested. Some of the tracks are very beautiful tracks, but when we integrate in some of the mobile phones, it's not working properly. The sound is not enough. So it took almost 3 to 4 months, and finally we settled with one track where we actually merged 2 different audio tracks and created one single track, and then we integrated to the Drive application. And entire 1 week or 2 weeks, I was playing that soundtrack in my phone, and I was listening at the office to make sure that I can hear that soundtrack myself before implementing it to the driver partners out there. So 7 days, everyone going passing me would look at me and laugh and smile and give some feedback, because I want to make sure that I like that ringtone before I put it to the market. So even if it's a simple feature, but it took 3+ months for us to finalize. And another interesting moment was like when COVID lockdown was imposed, we were able to configure the platform within 36 hours to do grocery delivery. So back then itself, we had the platform developed in such a way that even a boat service can be launched in PickMe tomorrow. So any service can be launched in the platform. We have developed the platform in such a way. We don't deliver features, but we deliver capabilities in the platform. And third one is another interesting one. So when I joined PickMe, like most of the drivers would say, Matya, මේ app එක ඉංග්‍රීසියෙන් තියෙන්නේ අපිට සමහර ඒවා තේරෙන්නේ නැහැ කියලා, like they explicitly said, but it's not a very big pain for them. But when you list top 10 pain points they had, this is like 10th pain point. So me and my UI UX designer, lead designer, joined together. It took like a couple of months. We translated the entire app to Sinhala and Tamil as well. And back then, before translation, only people who were using Sinhala and Tamil were 200, because only few texts were available in Sinhala. Otherwise, it's most of the time it's English. After translating entire app to 3 languages, we were able to make the users, 3,000+ users, use them in either Sinhala or Tamil. So these are some of the interesting experiences I had with PickMe. So with my experience, hope you all understood that it's not just business, technology, or customer. It's beyond that. You need to know about marketing, you need to know about sales, business operations, customer support, and also leadership, because I've been leading a team of 18 members. So it's not easy to lead such a big team, and also working with tons of operations teams out there. So now the product management has evolved further so that it's not easy to have only 3 area knowledge. You have to have beyond that as well. So in my perspective, I do believe these 3 are the most successful product managers. Even though the designation says CEO, they are 3 most successful product managers out there. And now all these 3 companies, Apple, Amazon, and Microsoft, are trillion-dollar MNCs. It's not just $billion. So these are some of the highly recommended product management books for y'all. If you all are interested, try to read at least one book. Inspired is a great book. The Lean Up Startup is another good book. 0 to 1 is a good book. So even Hooked also is a nice book to read. So if you all are really into product management, go and read. It's worth it. And sir, I think I have passed the time limit. Give me 5 minutes. I'll quickly wrap it up.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah. So as a student, like many of y'all make some classic mistakes in your profile. So I want to highlight this also to y'all to make sure that y'all have really good LinkedIn profiles. For example, y'all can see entry level, the first three bars, you can see 15.8% of the people, students or like freshers, get chances when they had comprehensive LinkedIn profile. So when you have a really good profile, it boosts your job chances compared to mid and managerial level. So I would like you all to check at this screenshot and see how many of you all have made the same mistake. So many of you all have this kind of a headline, student at ABC University. So this is a poorly optimized one, especially for the recruiters. So how to improve it? Better to include the job you want, say aspiring business analyst, aspiring QA engineer, aspiring software developer, likewise, and mention industry specific keywords if you are into, say, seeking entry level programming position and experience with JavaScript and Python. Likewise, try to have a good headline so that you would get highlighted, especially for the freshers. It's important. So I've been updating my LinkedIn profile for last 10 plus years. So what I do is I check some of the similar profiles like mine, overseas, even senior people in the industry, and I see what I'm missing. And then I read some of the BA vacancies locally and globally. I would say, oh, these skill sets are missing in mine. Then I would try to add at least one section in my profile. So there are few sections to be added. So I would try to add one record in each section. And if I don't have, I try to create that circle or square or triangle in my life. For example, I didn't had research paper publications back then. So I focused and worked on it for like 3 years. And now I have more than 2 or 3 publications in my profile. It's my personal goal. So you all can set your own targets and add specific keywords based on your destination. So if you want to become a lead BA after 5 years, based on that, now itself plan and add. While you are progressing, you can remove unnecessary ones. And if you all can and have money, I know it's not easy at this crisis times. If you all have money, at least try LinkedIn Premium for 1 month. It's worth it. So these are some best practices: using right keywords, clearly naming the images used in LinkedIn profile, hashtags. Even some people use hashtags because then in Google itself, your profile gets searched, not just LinkedIn, but Google SEO also picks your profile. Yeah, so LinkedIn is no longer an online resume, it's your digital reputation. Simple as that. So create your profile, which is a unique brand. So this is based on my interview experiences. I have conducted more than 100 interviews locally, and even I have interviewed foreigners as well in my current workplace, Asians, Europeans, and Africans. So yeah, this is basically based on my experience. Be creative with your CV. Also have 1-page cover letter with you, and LinkedIn profile. Keep your LinkedIn profile updated. Add unique skills and all. And also before the interview, be prepared 48 hours before, because most of the BAs struggle to answer one of these questions. What is your greatest weakness? None of them have given me a good answer till now. And also join the interview 5-10 minutes before. Even today's session also I joined to check whether my internet speed and camera conditions are proper, and wear a formal attire even for online interviews. Yeah, so since yeah, time's also up, I think I have covered all the content. Any questions you guys have? I saw one question in the chat. Yes, ML engineer roles are increasing, and there are plenty of scope, but overseas there are plenty of opportunities than in Sri Lanka. But yeah, that's also becoming popular because lots of clients are giving ML related projects to Sri Lankan tech companies. So because of that, yes, that scope also, that role is also getting prominent in the country. Yeah, so I'll stop here, and if you have any questions, you can drop a message. Yeah, thank you.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
I have one question, Sujan. If we are going for like data science, data analytics path, what kind of a masters or any other professional ones we have to follow? Like,
Yeah,
we're going for data science, data analytics path.
yeah. So data science, data analytics. For the time being, like if you are starting as a fresher or something, like I have interviewed people mainly on people with students with stat background. So if you have bachelor's in statistics, either specialization or something related to stats, then that's enough to kickstart the career. But in master's level, better if you can do a master's in applied stats or business analytics. There are in some universities there is a course called business analytics. Morato has it, IIT has it, and also stats, applied stats is there in, I think Japur also has it, Columbia Uni has it. So likewise, there are a few courses, but nothing specifically targeting data analysis. Most of the times I have seen my colleagues in the team are from normal IT degree, but they have done some online courses in edX or somewhere, data analytics specific courses, and they have become data analysts.
Thank you.
Yeah, there's one question like, do you think BS have more opportunities in foreign countries than Sri Lanka? Yes, there are. So in one of the slides, if you saw that screenshot, there were 11,000 vacancies for BS around the world as of yesterday. I took that screenshot yesterday. So yes, there are. But in overseas countries, what is meant by BA is not what we have here. So there are BAs means people who analyze financial reports, markets, like if you're about to launch a product in a new market or entire company in a new market, they would check that. If you're going to create a different feature to a specific market, they would analyze. So not just tech point of view, but they also engage in a financial point of view as well. So at Coinhaven also we have a business analyst. She's from India. She does is what she does is basically analyzing the new market launches, market opportunities, and the user groups and all, related not just to tech but also with finance and business aspects. So in overseas countries, business analysis or analyst is a bit biased towards business and finance aspects as well. In Sri Lanka, it's more towards IT, but in overseas countries, it's somewhat different because business analyst roles are found in different industries, different sectors. That's the reason.
If there are there any questions further? Because in the interest of time, I think we may have to expedite things a bit. And if there is not, I think you could share your LinkedIn profile on the chat so that maybe someone can directly contact you.
Yeah. So if you all want to check the quality of your LinkedIn profile, you all can drop the link. I'll check and reply back on how your profile looks like. So what are the improvements you all need to do? Yeah. For others, I can see your questions. I'll reply directly to your chat messages since we are running out of time. Sorry, sir, I took like 15 minutes extra. Yeah.
No problem. Nirosha, over to you.
So I'm sure the audience got a lot of information and inspired by your session. Since we are going to enter to a new growth phase as undergraduates, your session was timely and much valuable. And we are grateful for the time and effort you took to share your thoughts and experience with us. Once again, thank you, Mr. Shujan, for sharing your knowledge and experience with us. So before moving to the next part, I would like to invite you all to turn on your cameras for a moment for a group photo.
Right,
Thank you, everyone. So as the next part, now we have Miss Milani Senarath. She's from the very first batch of our department, the 2006 batch from the Department of IT. Now she's an associate lead business analyst at Omobio Private Limited. I warmly welcome you, Miss Milani, and I'd like to hand over the session to you now.
Thank you very much. Good morning, all. Dear sir, dear other speakers, and dear, my dear students, and thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to share my experience with you. As introduced, I am one of student in the first batch of our, your degree. So in that time, I don't know how it's happened now. From my time, we did our A-level in commerce stream, and we selected to do a management degree in Jaipur. And we came here, and after the second year, we had option to select department. So I selected the information system degree and completed my degree there. And I joined to the IT industry as a project coordinator in a company called London School of Marketing, which is a education-based domain company. The mother company was there in London. So in there, I got experience regarding how the work environment there and what are the things that they are doing, what kind of methods and what kind of tools they are using. And I got some familiarized with the software company, how it's working and all the things. After that, I chose my career as business analyst, not project coordinator, project manager. Since I in that time, I preferred to have some UX designing and requirement writing, talking with the users, something like that. So I selected my career as BA. So I become a BA and senior BA, and now it's associate lead BA. So this is my third company. In Omobio, I am a lead BA there, and basically we are doing systems, and mainly we are domain is telco. which we are working with Dalokasiaka. So in my BA journey, if I explain my experience, basically I like to design UX. I'm using sometimes Photoshop and Adobe XD, and mainly I'm using Adobe Fireworks. So that is very easy for my story writing thing, since in currently our project also there is no UX designer. So if I need to design, I mean, I need to explain a requirement. So mainly I am planning the screen. So after that, it is very easy to explain what we are doing, the features, and what is the acceptance criteria and all. Before, I mean, rather than explaining all the things in text, I'm prefer to explain using the screen that I designed. So that's why I selected. I mean, the UI UX thing as well. So if I explain the other methods and all, in every company I worked, there were agile methods. I mean, agile project management thing. And nowadays, mainly BA is someone like a mother in a home. I mean, for the project, BA is a mother. That's how I see a BA role nowadays in my project. Something like a mother in a home, mother is taking care of everything. So likewise, in my project, the BA is the one who will take care everything. I mean, most of what are the dependencies. Mainly we are taking Scrum. I mean, mainly nowadays BAs are playing the Scrum Master roles as well. So after completing my degree, I did PMI PBA professional qualification, which is conducted by PMI. PMI, and also there is the IIBA certifications as well. I got a membership from IIBA, but I didn't had a chance to complete the IIBA certification. So I did PMI PABA certification. So that is the certification I did. If I get tools that I am using in my BA role, if I explain some tools that MS Office definitely we are using. So if I get a requirement, I mean, if it is big epic, I mean big feature, mainly we are initially drawing a process flow. So for that we are using Draw.io or MS Visio. And after drawing the process flow, we are dividing the features one by one, and most probably most of the companies they have UX designers, so we don't need to do a UX design, but wireframing is more useful when explaining requirement and when getting feedback from the users. So some wireframe tools I mean, studying some wireframe tools is very helpful for you. That is no need to have a colors and all, but just a wireframe. So that is very helpful for you. If you are interested on UX design and all, you can practice Adobe XD, that you can create a workable model of your Epic or your app or some your I mean mainly the requirement. And also here in our company, we are mainly working with APIs. So some understanding on APIs and how to test APIs is somewhat important when playing a BA role, since most of the companies nowadays they are using external APIs, getting external API and integrate with you and working with your system. So we are using Postman to test the API. That when someone give a API and think you are getting features to integrate that API. So before giving that to developers, you have to test that API that which is working or not. So we can use that Postman tool. And if we move on to the project management tools, most of the time to write the requirement and to manage the requirement, you have to use the project management tools. In this company, we are using Jira, and my previous company we used Azure DevOps. So I think you don't have proper much and knowledge on Jira, but Jira or DevOps or something like that. But some understanding if someone asks a question, I think that is good that you are aware of this kind of software. So getting knowledge on that project management tools is very useful for you. So we are using that. And the main thing is most of the companies that I know are using agile method. So agile ceremonies, how agile process is working. So that kind of things is very useful for you as of my experience, since I am the one who run the Scrum, and mainly the sprint planning I am handling, grooming sessions I am handling, and end of the sprint we are having show and tell session. So that also mainly doing by QA, but BA should explain what is going to show, and after that the QAs are showing what developers done. So and backlog grooming also, you have to have a understanding on what is the grooming session, what is prioritization, and what is velocity, team capacity. Yeah, those kind of concept, understanding on those kind of concept is very much helpful to as a BA. And yes, from the tools I said, and also not much, but understanding on some DB tools to write a small queries as a BA. That is very advantage for the BA. So the tool wise, those are the things that I need to explain. So since I am using those tools in my BA career, and when it comes to certification, I think for the PMI PAB you have to have some experience to complete the qualification. But in IIBA, I think you have entry certification. I don't know what are the qualification that you need to do, that entry certification and all. But I recommend that you to go the IIBA sites and refer the sites and do whatever the things that you can do related to that certification. So that also very important if you are going as a BA. So PMI certification or IIBA certification, and knowledge of Scrum Master is very important also. There is a certification for that also, that Scrum certified Scrum Master and all. So if you like to move on that side as well, you can do those certification. So if I get that tools, these are the tools, the certifications, and skills wise, as I said, UI UX skill is good. As the keynote speaker said, that even one click that your end user do, you have to have a concern on that. So that's how the system should design. If the users want to more one click, that you have to concern that click, even that click. So that kind of sense you have to have when designing UI UX. And yes, when I'm talking about my experience of problem solving, I mean, the you don't have to write a code, but you have to have understanding about that. If someone explain the technical things, so you that will automatically can gain when you work with a team. So that can be I mean, optimized, or something like that. This solution is optimized solution, or that kind of knowledge you will gain when you work with the team. So that kind of things also you will have. Yes, if I share my experience, those are the things that I plan to tell. Mainly, yeah. If you have any questions, I can help on with more information.
Thank you, Miss Milani, for sharing your experience and journey with us. I hope you would be in the session till the end, since there will be a Q&A session at the end.
Yeah, sure, I will.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
So now we have Miss Piyumali Herat from 2016 batch of Department of Information Technology, and she was an instructor at our department, currently a business analyst at Tech One Global. Miss Piyumali, I warmly welcome you, and I'd like to hand over the session to you now.
Thank you very much. So very good morning to you all. Let me share my screen with you. I hope you all are seeing my screen. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay. So very good morning.
Sorry, Piyumali, can you just
at the very beginning, I would.
Sorry, could you run the presentation? I think you haven't seen the slide view.
Okay, sir. Is that
All right?
okay now?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Okay, at the very beginning, I would like to thank Dr. Lasit Gunawardana and the other staff members for giving this opportunity to me today. And also, I'm very happy to talk with you guys because I also passed out from Japura, and I believe I also did the same degree, Business Information Systems Special degree. And I also have had same experiences when I'm starting my career journey, as you all are experiencing now. I don't have any idea where I want to be in future. So I think I'm pretty sure most of you guys have no idea at the moment where you want to be in future. So I hope any word of my speech will be useful for you to clear out your career path to become a successful professional in future. All right. So first of all, I would like to talk about myself. So I'm Pumali Herat, and I have graduated from University of Sri Javardhanapura in 2016, and my degree was Business Information Systems special degree. And then I have completed my Masters of Information Technology at University of Colombo School of Computing in 2020. And when it comes to my career life, as Nirosha said, I started my career as an academic tutor in same university. After 1.5 years, I have entered to the industry as a business analyst. So now I'm working at TechOne Global as a business analyst. So that's about me. When I go forward, here I have prepared a few slides for you to explain. So here, as you can see here, I have point out your major academical milestone that you have already passed. So you have completed your O-level examination very well, and then you have completed your A-levels, and then you have entered to the university, and you have completed business BSc degree. And similarly, you have some of you all are continuing or completed chartered, CIMA, ECA, or some other professional qualifications, professional examination. And meantime, you have completed your internship program also. So you are now in this stage finding a job as a fresh graduate. So I think this is this will be affect to your whole life. So this is the I can say this is the turning point of your life. So I believe you have to take this decision very well, and you have to clear out your career path where you want to be in future very well. So if I go forward, as a fresh graduate, finding a job is very critical. So as my experiences and my opinion, you have to have a career goal right now. Whether it is academic, whether it is IT field career, whether it is non-IT, government, migration plan, or there might be several career goals. So today onward, you have to clear out your career goal very well. And when it comes to, and then you have to have a plan to achieve that career goal. After setting a plan, you have to take the action to become a successful professional in your life. Okay, so when it comes to these career goals, some of you have idea to join an academic field as a lecturer or teacher. Some of you all are having having idea to join an academic member, and some of you have idea to have a goal to enter the IT industry, or some of you have idea to enter accounting field or management field, and also some of you have idea to enter government sector organization like administrative SLA, administrative jobs, and banking sector. There might be several career goals, and also some might have migration plans. So today you have to clear out what you want to be, and you have to clear out your career goal. So based on your skills, based on your passion, based on your personality and values, based on all those things, you have to set your career goal very well. Okay, once you have set your career goal, then you have to plan other things. Most important thing is applying for the job. So as a fresh graduate, I am telling you that don't focus on the salary, focus on your experience. So always trying to get a reputed company to join, whether it is internship, no matter. If you have, if you can gain much experience from that as a fresh graduate, just join. That is my opinion. So applying job is most important. Similarly, you have to think other plans. So if you are going to join as an academic, so you can start the MSc or MBA. So from now on, so you can see, you can search the MSc or MBA courses available and the universities. So all those things can be done for the academic. If you are planning to enter academic industry, so you can do the MSc, and there are plenty of certifications you can do. Entry certifications and advanced certifications are there, but as a fresh graduate you can do the entry certification from now on. And if you are non-IT, if you are planning to engage with non-IT industry like accountant and other management domain, you can do the CIMA Chartered DACA. You can, if you are already continuing, you can do it very well. And then if you have planned to government, if you have planned to engage with government sector, so then you can start the studying as a LAS, SLEAS, banking, and other. You can ready for those examination from now on. And also, if you have a plan to migrate to any other country, so you can do the IELTS, PT, TOEFL based on your interest. You can do those examination from now on. Once you have set the career goal, and then you can set the plan, and then you can take the action. And here I want to mention you that don't be late. As soon as possible, you have to take the action, because time is most important. Okay, so when it comes to the IT industry, the student, those who are interested into IT industry, there might be several IT jobs we can see, but here I have list out developing project management, business analysis, and quality assurance. So when it comes to the development, if you have interest to the developing, so you then you have to have a technical skills, updated technical skills, and you have to have a domain knowledge. When it comes, think about if you are going to develop an ERP system, then you have to have a knowledge how the purchasing process is going on, and how the payment process is going on. So likewise, you have to have a domain knowledge about the domain knowledge. So as a developer, you should have a updated technical skills, domain knowledge, and communication skills. So likewise, you should have to improve those skills. And also you can start the certifications, like there are functional qualifications and academic qualification. When it comes to academic qualification, you can start the MSc, MBA, or MSc, MBA, like academic qualification. When it comes to functional qualifications, you can start the certifications like Microsoft certification. There are plenty of fundamental certification. As a fresh graduate, you can start them. And there are some other certification, like when it comes to Microsoft certification, there are Microsoft Azure fundamentals, Microsoft 365 fundamentals, and Power Platform fundamentals. There are plenty of certification you can do. So focus on that. And get empowered as if you want to be a project manager in future, then you have to improve these skills, technical skill as a team leader. When you are, if you are a project manager, you should have to lead your technical team, business analysis team, and QA team. All those people you have to coordinate. So the technical skills should be should required as a project manager, and then domain knowledge also should be improved, PR and communication skills, analytical thinking. So such kind of skills to be improved as a project manager. So as a fresh graduate, I'm not telling that you can be a project manager right now. So you can engage, you can join for the company as a project coordinator, and then you can climb up your career up to project manager. And also here there are several certifications. Here I have mentioned only PMP. You can, if you have a plan to become a project manager, then you can do the PMP entry-level examination. I don't know whether whether there is entry-level examination. If there is an entry-level examination for PMP, you can start it from now on. Okay, so when it comes to quality assurance engineers, you also should have improve your technical skills, domain knowledge you should have. And when it comes to the certification, you can do the ISTQB examination. Okay, now I came into my post business analyst. So as a business analyst, you should have domain knowledge, problem solving skills, PR, communication skills, technical skills, and out of the box thinking, solution designing skills. So there are plenty of skills are required as a business analyst. So if I take an example, when you are going to gather the requirement, as you already know, there are multiple tools and techniques can be used to requirement gathering. As you all know, we can use interviews, we can do the document analysis, we can do the surveys, and there are plenty of techniques. But when it comes to the practical scenario, when it comes to the practical scenario, the concepts are more broader than what you have learned in the degree. So when it comes to the requirement gathering, you can do the collaborative games and pruning and creating personas and user journey mapping. Likewise, there are plenty of practical practice we can use when we are gathering requirements. So you should have learned about those practices, and you should improve those skills to enter and improve your career as a business analyst. So when it comes to the certification, so IIBA, as Mr. Shujan said, you can start the IIBA, and PMI PBA also there. You can start those certifications, and you can learn that practical practices from that courses, and you can gain the knowledge about requirement analysis, business, and other things related to business analysis. So those are the things I need to tell you today. So if you have any question, now you can ask.
Thank you so much, Ms. Piyumali, for sharing your experience and journey with us today. Hope you would be in the session till the end for the Q&A session.
Sure.
Okay, so as our last speaker for the today's session, we have Ms. Pramodani Jayakudi from the last batch who had their graduation recently in this year. She is a QA engineer at 99X now. I warmly welcome Ms. Pramodini, and I'd like to hand over the session to her.
Thanks. Hi, good morning. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Okay. So I have a pair of slides. Can share it. Can you all see the slides?
Yes, we can.
Okay. So first of all, thank you so much, Dr. Lasit Gunawardena, Ms. Buddhimala, and all the organizing committee for inviting me to do this session. And I am here as a fresh person to the industry and a fresh graduate, sharing my career journey so far. It's not a long journey, but it's been like closing to 2 years. But I'm happy to share my experience with you.
Pramodini, can you just share
Let me
the
introduce.
sorry, Pramodini. I think the screen we're seeing is the presenter view. Can you switch the view?
Yeah, yes, sure.
Just if you,
Is it okay, sir, now?
yeah, now it's fine. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for that. Okay, let me introduce myself. I am Pramodini Jayakudi, and I'm currently working as a QA engineer at 99X. I graduated from this very department following Business Information Systems degree in last year, 2021. And previously, I worked as associate QA at Trebea Private Limited, or it was merged as Trebea, initially Pixel. And then I did my internship in that same company. So yeah. Talking about my career journey so far, as you all know, like in the end of the third year, we have to choose an internship program. So being a very fresh graduate, I'll share some of the experiences that I had when I'm going to choose which path that I wanted to go in the career. To be honest, I really didn't had any idea of like what kind of field that I am good at or that I liked. So the department itself, we had these kind of workshops and taught us like the areas that we can pursue in future. So because based on those things, I was interested in the field of business analyst or quality assurance. I went to several interviews for business analyst and QA. So even though I got selected for a BA interview, I didn't pursue that opportunity for one reason. Because when you're, so this is from my experience I'm sharing. So when you go for interviews, have an idea of what kind of personality that you have. So I'm someone who needs a little bit of a push from someone else so that I could move forward. So the BA opportunity, even though I liked the profession, the thing that I had was they didn't had any mentor to guide us. That straight away we had to do some work because it was a startup. We had to do the work by ourselves. So for me, it was not the right thing because I was looking for more of a kind of training opportunity. Then I got I searched for top jobs and I got the opportunity to apply for QA internship at Pixel. And I got the opportunity, and that team was so great. So talking about my internship opportunity, when the project I got was an international project spread across 5 countries, and the team was so great. So what I wanted to give as an advice is when you go to internships, make sure you learn everything that you can from that internship. Don't mind whether someone is senior or someone is junior, whether they are developers or BAs. So I learned everything from everyone, like starting from project manager, business analyst, fellow senior QAs, and the developers. They're willing to help us because they know, like, when we go for an internship, we are there to learn, we are there to get trained. So ask questions, bug them always, and learn everything you can in the job. So we know in our degree program we had a quality assurance subject, and before the interview I went through some notes and I get ready to the interview, and that was a strong foundation to me. But to move forward, you need to learn on the job. So get every opportunity you have, even though you might fear to get because you don't know some technologies. Now we in that project we used Jira as a project management tool. I had no idea of what that tool was, but I got help from everyone in the team and got familiar with the tool. So don't be afraid to use new technologies, because there are lots of like resources available in the internet, courses available in Udemy, Coursera. So push yourself and do that, uh, do the hard work. So after the completion of my internship, and also one more thing, we know that you will have to balance your degree activities with the internship activities. So always in the interview or discuss with your project managers how you can manage the work. So I used to talk with our project manager regarding how he can allocate some time for me for study leave, and whether they are going to give leaves for exams and all. So just communication is one of the key things, and people skills are one of the key things that you can, because in interviews they will check technical skills, but in an internship interviews they all know that we are not 100% competent with that field, but all they are looking at is whether we are willing to learn and accept challenges, and if we have good interpersonal and human skills. So have that in mind when you go for internship interviews as well. Towards the end of my internship, I was able to grab the domain knowledge so well. I mean, sometimes even BAs come and ask from the QAs things related to the business domain. So I was so thorough of the domain knowledge, and when my internship was towards the end, they asked me if I can extend my internship. So I knew that I couldn't extend my internship, but if they were willing to offer me an associate position, that I could stay. So when you have given value to the project, they will want you to stay in that company. So they offered me the associate position because they wanted me in the project. So my advice is, when you are in an internship, try to work hard as possible, and make yourself valuable to the project. Then they will opportunities will come along the way. And after working for some time as associate QA at Trebea, there came a point where I knew that I wanted to pursue other opportunities, because the learning curve at Trebea was little limited for quality assurance engineers. So then I started looking for opportunities. As the previous guest speakers mentioned, I got the opportunity for QA engineer at 99X via LinkedIn. So we had sessions when we were undergraduates also at university regarding how we can maintain a good LinkedIn profile. I think we had a speaker named Mr. Amit Gamage, telling us the importances of maintaining a LinkedIn profile and network. So whenever you do a course, whenever you get an achievement or something, try to update your profile, keep it updated, and opportunities will come along the way. So after that, I got selected as a QA engineer at 99X, and I'm currently working there. And so that's my journey so far. It's not a very long one, but I'm quite content about how it turned out. So that's it. And I need to tell how my degree program, that means the same program that you all are in, helped me get into this position. As we know that there's a hybrid approach in our degree, and if I even look back in my colleagues, in my peers from the same batch, there are different people who are in different fields. People are some are software engineers, some are ERP consultants, some are QA, some are doing automation QA, and some are project manager, business analyst. So the career path that you can choose is wide with our degree. So the basic foundation has always been given. So if you are a QA, the foundation for me was given by, we had a good subject, and in that subject we had this Selenium with Java training program by Pearson. So that is coming in handy if you are interested in the field of QA. And one improvement that I missed when I did the degree, which I am asking you all not to, is that the programming language skills. Like you might think that knowing that there are non-technical areas, but even for QAs, BAs, if you are going to move up the career ladder, like becoming a senior QA, then if you want to go to the automation field, um, having developed a good knowledge about at least one programming language would be very beneficial, which I am currently working on. If you could have give more attention during the university time. So I'm asking you all, if whatever the field you go, having that skill set ready is important. And also, some of the tips that I would like to give you all, as I mentioned in the internships, learn from everyone. So just don't mind if whether they are developers. So my senior QA, the mentor that I had, she used to tell me I'm a headache to her because I used to call at night and even asking questions every time. So don't hesitate to ask questions and learn things, because they know you are in training, and grab everything you want, because it is internship, and that's the best place and best time for you to have a strong foundation in your interested field. When I was a QA intern, even developers, they were so friendly, and they explained to me the technical side of things. Business analysts, I got a lot of help from them to understand the domain. Likewise, try to act collaboratively with everyone in the project team, and as I mentioned earlier, create a value to you when you are in during the internship, so that even though you left that company later on, they will come up, they will inform you of new opportunities, they will recommend you to others. So have that network creating from day one when you go to the company. And as like I said before, try to balance your work work and studies by communicating with the project team leads, your senior mentors, by having like maybe completing work before and getting leave for exams and etc. So for QAs, some of the soft skills that will be useful if you are interested in the field of QA is that communication skills. We know it's important, but in some instances, some projects don't have BAs. So QAs will have to do some of all the requirement gathering, discussing with the clients, clarifying doubts, even demoing. So the two projects that I was in, demos were done by developers, but some of the projects, the demoing of the features developing is done by QAs. So anyway, either way, you have to have that skill of communicating, just not the way that you express the ideas, but you must be able to express your ideas in a constructive way. For example, we are communicating mostly bugs, right? Any faults in an application. So when you're communicating communicating it to maybe the developer, you must do it in a way that you don't undermine their abilities, right? It's just you need to show that you are working for the best interest of the product, not just to undermine that his work, or that he has done something missed or something like that. So that is crucial. So if you don't get that small thing correct, there might be problems in the project. So, and listening skills, learning to prioritize, and precising and clear. As a QA, so quality assurance is mainly you have to understand the domain, then you have to write test cases, then bug reporting, and so mainly writing tests. When you're writing test cases, so coming up with test scenarios, one thing that you need to be is you need to be very precise, clear, and someone else should be able to pick up your work later. So sometimes the test cases that you are writing are run by someone else. So that is why the skill of writing, the skill of being precise and clear of your work is so important, because finally the project is the sign off is given by the quality assurance engineer. So the responsibility is there for you, because you're when you have that so when you write reports, when you do your work, you should be very precise. So, and also you need to have this attention to details and thinking out of the box. So for example, if there's a particular functionality for you to test, the basic functional unit testing is already done by the developer. So as a QA, you need to think out of the box, because QAs have that domain knowledge, how functions are interconnecting. So you need to write test cases in a way that you cover all the scenarios. So thinking out of the box and ability to think out of the box, developing that skill will also come in handy if you pursue a career in quality assurance. Then, as mentioned by the previous guest speaker, one certification that you can have is this ISTQB certification issued by International Software Testing Qualifications Board. So one thing about this is I didn't know about this certification until I was in my latter days of my associate QA. So I thought it will be best for you to know that there is such a qualification, as the previous speakers mentioned. That is one thing that I missed, but I don't want you all to have it that way. Either field, there is always a professional qualification that you can go forward. And if you are interested in becoming a QA, so this is the certification. And I missed doing this certification when I was an associate QA, but it's better if you can do it when you are an associate, because when you apply for quality assurance positions or senior QA positions, having these certifications will give you additional color to your CV and yourself. So we can see when you tell him a bit of this qualification, you have to do the foundation level, which is called certified tester first. So after becoming a certified tester, then you can take either the agile path or the specialist path or the core path. So in this specialist path, there are some other areas where you can, which is not mentioned in this diagram. There are other certifications that you can do as a performance tester, security testing, test automation, likewise. So either way, after completing the foundation level, you can pick up these areas and add these certifications to yourself, so that going forward in the career, you can get promotions and get validation to yourself when you have these. As I mentioned earlier, so in quality assurance also, there are several paths that you can go. So you can either be a manual tester and specialized in it, but at the same time, if you are good in technical, if you're good with technologies like Selenium, with Java, you can go for automation testing, which is highly popular these days, and there are lots of job opportunities for that. And you can, if after doing test quality assurance sometime, you can also move towards becoming a performance tester. So if you are interested in doing performance testing for an application, you can start from nowadays by going through tools like JMeter, Load Runner, etc. So you can, if you excel in any of those tools, you can easily, I mean, with less amount of programming knowledge, you can easily get into becoming a good performance tester. Security testing, API testing is very popular. So even within the field of quality assurance, you can take different paths. So that is what is mainly I wanted to tell. Uh, and yeah, if you have any clarifications about how to enter into this field or anything, you can reach out to me. Or even if I find it difficult to answer, I can ask my senior and letting to know any doubts related. I think the other sessions, senior QAs will talk more about the quality assurance path. So this is my career journey, and I learned most of the things on the job, and most of the technologies on the job. And now currently I am pursuing the path of performance testing, and because I didn't know these things when I did the degree, but once I started doing the job, I learned. Now I am interested in performance testing, and now I'm going to pursue that area likewise. So you all also, if you have any doubts, just don't worry. Once you go to the workforce, the opportunities will come. You will get an idea of what you're doing. So that is why I say, when you're choosing an internship, try to choose the field that you like and try to learn as much as possible, communicate with them, and then they will also help you to create your path. So that is what I wanted to tell. If you all have any questions, you can ask. And again, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. And I am so glad to be a proud member of our department. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Pramodini, for sharing your experience and your journey with us. So now it's time for the Q&A session. Audience, you can ask questions from all these speakers from today's episode and get your doubts cleared.
I got lots of questions, and I answered each and every one of you. Just to summarize in order to benefit others as well. So many of you all asked about your LinkedIn profile and stuff. So I shared a link, a good reference link. Go through that. So they have talked about 7 important points to check in a LinkedIn profile. That's for experienced people, but in a way it's good for y'all as well. At least y'all can grab 2 or 3 points and work on it in your profile. It would be good. So most of your profiles I checked, so they have just one single line saying that, okay, undergraduate student at University of Sri Jagadhanapura. So we need more than that, because like when you go to an interview as an intern, the interviewer needs something to talk about, right? So since you don't have industry experience and all, there's nothing much to talk. So you'll have to add something about your university projects you all have done, some at least 2-3 sentences description in your profile, so that we can ask questions on that. Okay, what the project you did, what is your role? Is it a group project or individual project? What is your role? How you gathered requirements? How did you test the app? What are the challenges you all faced? Likewise, we need to ask some questions. So in order to take that conversation, you all have to add some content, and each and every experience you include or education you include, try to add like 2-3 sentences even. Sometimes even what are the key modules or courses you all learned in the program? What are the projects? Especially include the projects you all have worked on it. And also the headline, don't keep the classic headline, student at University of Sri Jagadhanapura. That's not enough. The one I explained, like aspiring business analyst, aspiring QA engineer, likewise, put something beyond that. Don't make like typical this thing. And keep in mind that Facebook profile and LinkedIn are not the same. So don't upload Facebook profile pictures to LinkedIn profiles as well. So it's better if you all can upload some professional good looking pictures in your LinkedIn profile. That's one point related to LinkedIn based questions. And there were some questions on SEMA and all. Yes, with SEMA, you can enter the tech industry as a BA, and people who have completed SEMA, SIM and all, they can excel very well in the companies like fintech companies, for example, London Stock Exchange Group, Direct FN, and these are some of the companies I work, so I can talk. So in these companies, a person with a SEMA background or SIM background can perform very well. But it doesn't mean that you can't perform in other places. But in these companies and also ERP companies also, you can perform a lot. If you have these qualifications, okay. If you don't have, still it's fine. If you'll have a thorough understanding about BA practices and all, then still you can grab a opportunity in one of these companies, ERP or fintech organizations. You all can grab and you all can work on it, because I didn't complete SEMA, but I had this agile certifications and PM related certifications. But still, I performed very well in this fintech domain because this is my third or fourth organization in the fintech space itself, and it's a German company. So they recruited me because of my mobile app experience from PitMe and fintech experience from LSEG and DirectFN. So likewise, you all don't need to have these qualifications. If you all have, it's beneficial. If not, still you all can join and perform as well. And also, there was another person who asked about ERP, but I think that boy or girl has left the chat, so I couldn't reply back. Regarding ERP, so if you all are planning to join an ERP organization, it's a bit tough in Sri Lanka. Because back then ERP was one of my passionate areas, but I couldn't join. I attended interviews at Attune. I went till 6th interview and I got rejected in the 6th interview. That's supposed to be the last interview. So in ERP side, yes, there are a few companies like Attune, SGIT, now it's Don't Kill IT, and there are small organizations as well. So y'all can apply and attend the interviews. They would check whether you have functional specific experience inside as such. Because in ERP is a very big ocean. So they are like, you can't be master of everything. So if they are recruiting an associate consultant position for finance module, they would check people with finance experience or background. Okay, you have got a bachelor's finance degree, or you have done some courses in finance ACC or something, or you have SEMA, then they would consider them. If it's a say BI module, then they would go for technical people. Okay, you have got some experience in the data analysis or business intelligence, likewise. So it depends on the module of the ERP they are recruiting. The skill set they look would differ, but it's very challenging and very demanding as well. It's not easy, but yes, you can join an ERP company directly as well. Yeah, I got another question. Could you please tell me about the salary scale of BA? Because in the most interviews we had chance to decide. Yes. So salary scales of BA, yeah, it's a tricky question. Internships, it's not about salary. I know some companies that are paying more than 50K for interns as well. But I don't encourage that, because as an intern, we don't call it as salary, because back then when I was an undergraduate student, my lecturer madam scolded me when I told, madam, this salary is so tiny. So she told, Sujan, look, in interns, they don't pay salaries, it's allowances. So always keep in mind that for interns, it's not a salary, it's an allowance. So don't focus on salary when you're going for internships. But after passing out from the internship, like after completing a degree and when you're joining as a fresher, this is before this economic crisis. Before the economic crisis, minimum scale, any organization would be giving around 50-60K minimum before economic crisis. But now with the economic crisis, I think it must have changed, maybe like minimum 80-90 or something in my perspective. But yeah, in the first job, I would say don't think about salary. Trust me, it works a lot. In my first job, after 10 months, I got a promotion and I became associate PM for Maldives operations entirely. So if I have thought a lot about salary, then I would have stuck somewhere in between. So now I'm earning in euros directly. So I don't earn in LKR nowadays. So if I have thought a lot about salary in my first job, I won't be here. So don't think much about salary scale, but I would say as a batch back then, we had a protocol, we had an Excel sheet created, and we discussed and decided for each and every organization in the career fair, like what sort of range we are going to ask from each and every company for each and every role. We had an Excel sheet. Based on that, none of us didn't ask beyond that limit. None of us didn't ask below that limit. Say like 80 to 120K for BA vacancy in Millennium IT. Then all of us asked within that range. Maybe like plus or minus 10K would differ, but all of us asked within that range. So that makes you guys, graduates from University of Srijawardepura, a high quality products. So you all don't undercoat, meantime you all don't overcoat as well. Did I answer to you, Rasangika? Okay, great. Any other questions? Okay, welcome. So first job, don't think much about money. That's my advice. Yeah.
Nirosha, I think you had some questions lined up for others. So
Yes, sir. There is a question from for our department alumni. So as you know, we are now on a phase where we do our research project, and also we are going to apply for the internships also. So what would be your tips, or what was your approach on managing all those works effectively?
Nirosha, can you repeat?
So now we have to do the research and project at the same times, and we are going to apply for the internships also. So what would be your tips, or what was your approach on managing all those works effectively?
just before that question is answered, I think the batch that Pumali was and even Milani and for example, I think they did not have the research at the time. So maybe the question should be, how did you manage your time with the research and other work or something like that? Because the project, yes, but research was a new addition. Maybe Pumali, when you were doing the research was not part of the syllabus.
Yeah.
I guess that question is for Pramodini, Miss Pramodini, I guess.
I think Pramodini has left the meeting, sir. She had some meetings to attend. Yeah,
maybe Pimal, you can, or Minan, you could share some thoughts in general. How do you manage your time? Or I don't know.
Yeah, actually, when it comes to IT industry, we are most of the companies are currently working from home. So I think that might not be a huge problem, because you can manage when you are working from home. You can save your traveling time so I think that would not be a huge problem. So you can convince your bosses to so that you can manage your research and other sort of things.
Lasik,
yeah.
Sorry, you can carry on.
No, actually, when it comes to my company, they are encourage us to learn more and more. So I think most of the company are willing to improve their workers' educational and other qualifications. So I think you all can convince them, and you can allocate additional time to your research task. That's my opinion.
Sorry, I was in another meeting. Can you repeat what you asked? Sorry.
So basically the question was how we can manage the academic and the internship at the same time.
Okay, then my advice is from the work point of view, from my work also, there are a lot of things in my head. So getting all the things into head and managing through the head is not useful. So the things that you can do is prioritize your work. So at least list down or just write it in the sticky note and paste it. So these things that we have to do. So these five actions, these five task is the most priority one. So that kind of approach is, I think, best from your work perspective. List down your work, prioritize your work, and do what you need to do first, and allocate your time. For the studies and work, then do the priority ones. So that is my advice. As other one said, we are in remote working. So other than your work in office, when you work in remotely, in home, you will get a lot of work rather than in office. So the main thing is you have to prioritize your work and complete based on the priority. So that will save your time. And also we are as a practice, we are recording our we are tracking our time using toggle tracker. So in that way I can see back and see how my time was spent, and if I spend my time with the useless thing, so I can cut off that thing in next day. So that's how we are managing our time. So I think if we I'm managing 2 projects 50-50, so I have to allocate my time into 2 50 and 50. I mean, based on that priority. If I have a grooming session tomorrow for one project, so I have to allocate my time for that project A. So that is a separate thing. So if not, you allocate your time between the main sections you have, and prioritize the work in each section and do your work. If you're not sure what you are doing in your day, it's better to track your time and look back and reduce the waste that you spend on your work. So that is my advice. I think it's helpful.
Thank you so much for answering the questions and clearing out the doubts. So it's time for today's quiz now. I like to invite Ms. Buddhimala to explain on how the quiz is going to happen.
Let me share my screen first.
Buddhimala, will you give me a minute before explaining about the quiz?
Sorry, sir.
Will you give me a minute before
Yeah,
explaining
sure.
the quiz?
Sure, sir, sure.
Sorry for interrupting and because I was there from the beginning, and should thank Mrs. Sujan, Milani, and Vimali and Pramodini for coming here and supporting our students. And one thing which I heard from the student question, they are asking about the project research and the internship. And my advice at the head of the department, as well as joining with this coordination in project in the research, don't try to mix up these three together. First thing is that project you have to project and the research you have to complete within this semester. Therefore, finish it off, and or at least give a considerable part of the project and research, finish it off, and think for the internship. Because from Sujan even explained about the mostly in once you are recruiting either to a internship or basically the internship, they are asking about your project experience. So if you have spent a lot of time devoting to that and get some considerable work done, you know what to say. Therefore, my advice is to complete the project and the research because in the first semester you have to complete that, and the second semester you can start off your internship. Therefore, think on that after a while would be a good advice. Therefore, otherwise you might be mixed up everything and might not give the 100% to your internship if you have keeping some things to complete in the project and the research. So I know that you are very keen to go for an internship, but better you spend more time now while you are finding some places to work in the future. Put your more effort to the project and the research and complete it with the support of your supervisors, and go for internship with a clear mind. That would be very important for you while you are completing, because internship is a degree requirement. It's not a job. It's a degree requirement. It's one other course. I believe that Professor Lazit will explain it a lot. And it's another course. We are identifying student need to complete that course in the way it's a course unit internship. Therefore, don't think it's as a job, as all of these speakers explain. You have a huge journey to go. Therefore, start that journey with a confidence. Don't forget that if you have not performed well in your degree, your whole journey will going to be interrupted. If you are not, we are in the final year. If you fail one subject, mean that you might be missed up the degree. Sometime you have to join with the next batch of students. Therefore, spend your time to complete the degree in a standard manner or in a with high flying colors. Then you can go for the internship. Okay, right. Yudhimala, you can continue from that point. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Can you all see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Maybe you can share the link on the chat. There's a separate link for the. Yeah.
So we have created a quiz. Mainly, it contains 5 questions regarding the things that covered by Mr. Sujan in the keynote speech. And this will be mainly 5 multiple choice questions, and there will be only one correct answer. And you will get 30 seconds for each question. And I have already shared the link in the chat, or else you can go to this URL and enter the game code. You all can join the quiz now and give a name, like you can use your CPM and first name. we have 13 participants. Around 1 to 2 minutes, we can start the quiz.
Maybe in 1 minute time you can start.
Yeah, in 1 minute we'll start. So we'll start the quiz now.
Maybe we can go to the question view. That was the end of the quiz. I think Chaturi has scored the highest results. Congratulations, Chaturi. Yes, so I think we will run a few quizzes like this to check whether you have followed the interest. Can we quickly review the questions, I guess?
So if you want, I can explain in a brief manner quickly.
Yeah, quickly maybe. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
the first one is a product manager in large-scale B2C organization should know. So of course, business operations, a product manager should know. Technology, yes, it's a tech organization, so product manager should know. Marketing and customer support, I explained how we check these customer experiences, drivers, feedback and all, yes. And user experience, UI, UX, yes, definitely a product manager should know. So all of the above is the answer. So when developing the product roadmap, we need to get consent from C-level executive, CEO, CTO, CWO. We have to get, and we have to get loyal customers. We do get, because in this particular scenario, the product has been already in the market for some time. So in that case, if we include loyal customer feedback, then we can come up with a better product roadmap for the next year. And merchants and sellers, yes, it's an e-commerce platform. So obviously we have to understand their pain points. What are the problems they are facing? Can we launch a feature or an option and improve their experience? And customer support team, of course, we need to have. The reason is 2+ years, if the application is running, then they might have faced all different sorts of user scenarios. So in that case, better to have their inputs as well. So legal and compliance team, it's very less important. I didn't mention that not important. I have mentioned less important because their involvement also come into action if you are launching into a new market or something. But in this case, they are the less important party. So as a product manager or product owner, any product positions in a global tech company, business knowledge, marketing knowledge, research mindset should be there, conflict resolution should be there. But from a product person, we don't mandatorily ask for software architecture designing sort of thing, because there would be tons of architects, tech leads working for that. So we don't need software architecture designing from a product leader. But if a product leader has that knowledge, possesses that knowledge, then it's perfect, but it's not required at all. Yes, so clarifying the doubts on product vision to the internal stakeholders is not easy. When the operations teams are there, C-level executives are there, they would ask tons of questions. Sujan, why you didn't include this? Why you added this? Likewise. So you always have to come up with justification because of this reason, because of these many complaints, because of these pain points, we have included these two words in the product vision. Likewise, adding new features to the roadmap, that's the biggest challenge, because in a roadmap, there will be new features, and we have to think what are the new features going to deliver most value. So we can't add or like prioritize features with less value. We have to always prioritize features based on the highest value. So in that case, adding new features is not easy. So if competitors have done it, then yes, we can convince the internal teams to do it. But if not, it's very challenging. And saying no to a person's requirement, especially if that person is a head or a C-level person, it's very hard. As a product manager, it's not easy to say no. So we always say, if you are saying no, always say a solution, alternative solution. Look, Mr. Saman, like, yes, sorry, no, this is not possible, but we can deliver an alternative workaround solution to address your problem. Likewise, no, saying no is very challenging, and resolving a technical issue faced by 0.5 user base. Some people might think it's 0.5 user base is nothing, but for a company like Facebook or Google, 0.5 user base is millions of users. So we have to resolve it. That's a big problem. So all of the above. Which one isn't a myth? This is a bit tough question, because many people out there think product managers must have solid technical background. It's not like that. Product managers can survive without solid technical background. With some technical understanding, they can survive. And project manager and product manager roles are very different. Project manager would manage the project, and after ending the project manager can move to another project. But product managers are stick to that product or products, multiple products, and they would get that product throughout the product's life cycle from the beginning till end. So those are two different roles. And there is no educational qualifications required for product management. No, that's also wrong, because for product management, in an organization without any qualification, bachelor's or master's or anything, like without any qualification, they won't appoint a product manager. There is some sort of minimal qualification is required for that. And the last one is the product management's job is done once the product is launched to the market. No, even after launching the MVP product manager has live with that product throughout the life cycle. So you all must have learned the product life cycle, right? There would be early stage, growth stage, maturity, then decline. So when it starts to decline, then product manager has to come up with new ideas and features to once again grow that product. So all those are myths. Only thing is not a myth, which is an actual fact, is product manager needs to take any product related financial approvals from the CFO. So product manager has to take approvals from finance department or CFO in order to do some changes in the product, if it involves finance side. So that's the answer, which is not a myth, it's an actual fact. So before winding up, just a quick question. So students are going to face this internship interviews through online, right?
Yes, we have had a separate session just to give them some sort of a suggestion on that as well.
Okay.
The previous one. So yeah, mainly I guess it's online.
Okay. Because I asked because many people I have seen in the online interviews, they don't come on time. They are not well dressed. So I would like every one of you all to properly dressed and face the interview beforehand, like join the meeting at least 5 minutes before the interview, because many of them I have interviewed during last 2 years have screwed up because they join at the last minute. Speaker is not working, poor internet speed, very tensed, not dressed properly with casual t-shirts and all they join. So it's better to focus on the timing and also the attire as well, especially in the online interviews as well.
Thank you very much. Are there any questions, Nirosha? What do you?
Okay, sir. Thank you, Mr. Sujan, for sharing your thoughts and explaining the answers for the questions. And thank you, Ms. Buddhimala, for your assistance. I'm sure all of you would agree today we had a much insightful and also an inspiring session. And with that, we are reaching the end of today's session. Next up, I'd like to invite Chathuri Wijayasekara to deliver the vote of thanks.
A very good afternoon to you all. It is my privilege to have been asked to propose a vote of thanks on this occasion. So I, on behalf of all the students, extend my most sincere thanks to the keynote speaker of our Career Launchpad episode 3, Mr. Shujan Sundalinga, product owner, coinhaven.com, who spared time from his busy schedule to grace the occasion. Thank you for inspiring and encouraging us with your valuable knowledge and experiences. And our sincere alumni speakers, Ms. Mirani Senara, Ms. Pimali Hera, Ms. Pramodini Jayakodi. Thank you for providing immense support to make this workshop successful despite of your busy schedules. And I extend a very hearty vote of thanks to Professor Lasit Gunawardena for coordinating the Career Launchpad program. And a big thank you to our head of the department, Dr. Mahesh Fernando, and all the lecturers from the Department of IT for your cooperation in the institution of this workshop. And finally, I would like to thank all my colleagues who have turned up from our department. Thank you so much for your cooperation.
Thank you, Chathuri. So with that, we have come to the end of episode 3 of DIT Career Launchpad 2022. And we will be meeting again with the 4th episode. Till that, have a good day and stay safe. Thank you so much.
Good luck, everyone. Bye. Take care.